Well, hello everyone. How's everyone doing today? I think my audio is working today. It looks like it is. Hey, Ghost Soldier. Good to see ya. The fake Brian Lagunas, who wants to be the real Brian Lagunas. Thanks for joining. Is my audio okay? AGR, good to see ya. Okay, sweet. Also, I've made some adjustments to my background music. Hopefully you can hear just a little bit of it. Not a lot, just a little. Let me know if that background noise is, or music is too high or not. I can adjust it on the fly. So on the last stream on Tuesday, we jumped into some documentation on Prism, right? And I pointed out that we're using a documentation system called docfx. And so I thought it'd be a good idea today to to go through docfx, really what it is, how it works, installing it, getting it set up. Because as I said in the last stream, you know, documentation, it's not sexy. It's not fun, right? It's kind of boring. Though some people like it. Some people do like it. Don't get me wrong. They are a very special breed of people, and we need more of them. I'm not one of those people. I do not like documentation. However, it's one of those things that if you run any type of project or you write software, you need to be documenting your software, your APIs, your application, whatever it is, you need to document it, right? And so a common question people have is, you know, what should I use to write my documentation or to create my documentation? Because with documentation, there comes all kinds of problems you have to solve. You know, your navigation, headings, subheadings, doing like tabs and embedding videos. And there's all kinds of things that come up with dealing with documentation, and there's lots of options out there. And so I thought today we would go over docfx because it's a pretty popular documentation system. HER. Not that it's relevant at this point, but I planned on contributing. But it's the main thing I'm doing right now. Is work on an ERP migration coming up at work. So the last thing I want to do is more. No kidding. Yeah, I've written an ERP system. It's that's a big task, writing a ERP system. Sounds like you're migrating from one ERP to another, possibly. Not sure. You should document your migration. Or not. Just do the work. But yeah, so you know what? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? So first off, you know what? Let me go to docs. I'm just going to pick this one because it's something I looked at recently. So when we think about documentation, if you're a developer, chances are you've been to the Microsoft Docs site. And so you see this filter at the top. You see breadcrumbs, right? You have this section on the right-hand side. So if I click on a topic, let's see, like this, right? So I clicked on this topic, and then I could go to these sections in the documentation, right? And then some have a link that says, you know, improve this article on GitHub. Click it, and it takes you right to the GitHub site where you can edit the link or edit that specific document and contribute back if you find a problem. AGR, yes, migrating documentation is what I'm currently working on. I have documentation, but it's for a different focus than what's needed for migration. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, we have a lot of works with and outside of the core ERP. Gotcha. And so, as you see, when you look at the Microsoft Doc site, you're like, man, this is pretty cool, right? We have this filter. We can have a tree of topics on the left-hand side. It scrolls independently of the actual topic. We have this link to download a PDF. That's kind of cool. We have these sections on the right-hand side that allow you to deep link, if you will, into the article. So yeah, this would be really cool if I could have something like this for my site, right? Oh, here it is. I just see it. Edit this document. So if I click on edit this document, where does it take me? There you go. Takes me right to the GitHub for this topic. So if I found an error, I can immediately come in here and fix it and submit a PR, right? But yeah, I mean, this would be great if I could have something like this for my projects. You know, another shameless plug, another site that uses docfx. Let me go like for Angular components is the Infragistics Ignite UI product. So I don't know, I'll just pick on a data grid. Sure. This is a docfx documentation site. Okay. So we have our list of options or topics on the left-hand side. As you can see, they're divided by control. So we have our data grid topics. We can expand that. We're attributing or adorning what topics are new or updated. Right, we have all our topics here for that control. On the right-hand side, we have the deep linking, if you will, into the topic. So I can go like, oh yeah, what's my dependencies? Well, you know, how do I use the thing, right? We can change the theming for the sample, the live sample that's embedded inside of this topic. Right, this is live. This is a live Angular app hosted in this documentation topic. Okay, so this is the basic HTML page. So yeah, and of course our filtering here. So this is another example of using docfx. It's the same system that Microsoft uses. And so you may be thinking to yourself, well, this is pretty cool. I mean, if Infragistics could use it, if Microsoft can use it, then I should be able to use it too. I should do everything it needs to do for my, for my purposes. And yes, it can actually. I don't think I've personally hit any limitations that I can think of where I couldn't use docfx. So, how do you find docfx? Well, let me just search it because it's on GitHub. So, docfx is docfx, and your first link should be the .net.github.io. Code Stencil! How you doing? Thanks for joining. Good to see you. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop that open. And this is it. As you can see, docfx is open source. It's on GitHub. We could download the source code, which, you know what, I think I'm going to do. Let me download that. If I hit that download, what's it do? I don't want to do that. I want the source code. I've got a code. I'm actually going to clone this. I'm going to open... I want to clone it. What do I want to do? I don't want to open it. I just want to clone it. Let's open a desktop. Open. Hey, Furkan, how's it going? I'll just bring this over. This is my GitHub desktop application. And Code Stencil's asking, what are you working on? We are talking about documentation today. Yay! On Tuesday, I was doing some documentation for Prism, and I pointed out that I was using a documentation framework or product, if you will, called docfx. It's the same system that Microsoft uses for its docs. And I figured I'd walk everyone through getting it installed, getting it set up, and how to kind of use it, that maybe you would like to use this for one of your projects that you need to document. So Code Stencils is like, yes, I love documentation a lot. One of my strong areas. So you, my friend, are one of those people that I was talking about that love documentation. I am not one of those people, but my hat's off to you. We need more people like you. So I'm going to stick this in my Microsoft folder because that's where it belongs. It is a Microsoft product. I'm going to go ahead and clone this repo. Detonated. Thanks for joining. Am I late? Nah, you're not late. Not late at all. Yeah, Steve, whoa. I leave documentation to coworkers. Yeah. It's one of those things, right? It's super important, but it's the last thing anyone really wants to do. If, well, someone like me, for example, it's the last thing I want to do. I want to just focus on features, write features, and all this great stuff, right? So you do not have permission to push. No problem. I don't care. Oh, they have branches. Master. Okay. Well, I just wanted to clone that. I don't think I'm going to use it right now, but I wanted the source code just in case. So, do I need anything here? I don't think so. Oh, there's a roadmap. Let me see what the roadmap is right quick before I leave this. Let's see, roadmap. You may have noticed that the team is working on DocFX v3. Yes, v3. Nice. So, build of Markdown and structured conceptuals, landing pages, tutorials, okay. End-to-end generation of reference language documentation for either source codes or release packages. Okay. Able to run everywhere, cross-platform, and publish to anywhere possible. Static site or built-in rendering stack with functionality similar to, yeah, docs.microsoft.com. So they're going to change the look of it as well. Look and feel defaulted to the docs.microsoft.com look. So that is this look. We'll see what the default is now when we create one. So let's see here. The reason why we chose to have a redesign and re-implementation of v3 instead of continuous improvements in v2 is mainly due to the following considerations. Oh, wow. Looks like they're changing, like really changing stuff. The v2 architecture, especially the plugin framework, which I love, is too flexible. Well, I don't like where this is going already. Making it difficult to do changes in docfx without impacting the plugins. Also hinders community users to dig deep into the code and contribute. It's not easy to locally debug. That is true. It is not easy to locally debug. That's for sure. That's for sure. I agree with that. The performance is also not ideal. Two major issues were the app domain and Git. I never run into that issue. Technical stacks are not consistent throughout the pipeline. I haven't really run into that myself either. And the community is expressing their desire to have documentation experience similar to the docs. On versioning, PDF link. Oh, yes, that was that link right here. I just pointed out at the very bottom. So that would be kind of cool to have. So it looks like they're going to build that in. REST definition pages, but there's no easy way to approach these requirements. Okay. Well, it looks like they're going to be making some major changes. Great. So they're postponing feature work. Nice. All right, well, let's work with what they got, I guess, right? Work with what they got. So I'm going to go back. Because this is where we're going to start our journey with DocFX. In a nutshell, it is a static site generator. That's essentially what it does. It says right here, it generates static sites from Markdown and code files. We kind of saw that on Tuesday. If you joined me for Tuesday, we were generating the Markdown, right? We were creating Markdown files, which, by the way, I finally got that to work. It was a problem on my side, but last Tuesday we stubbed out all these topics here, right? They're all empty, but we stubbed them all out. Okay. So Prism also uses DocFX. Surprise! So the build is working now. Just wanted to point that out because it wasn't working last time. They want to run everywhere. Yep, runs everywhere. Linux, Mac, Windows. And easily customize the output. So let's see what it takes to get started. And a good thing is this is a new streaming machine that I'm working on. So I actually don't think I've installed DocFX on this machine yet. So this, I need to get it set up anyways. So I might as well go ahead and do it anyways, right? And just go ahead and knock it out. So this will be a fresh install experience. Okay, what is DocFX? Yep, we got it. We understand what it is. It's a static site generator for API documentation and Markdown files. Okay. Cross-platform support. We have an exe version that runs natively on Windows, Mono. Okay, how do I install it? We can use Chocolatey. Ooh. I like Chocolatey. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I've installed Chocolatey yet. That's how new this machine is. Homebrew, yeah. Or we can manually do it by downloading the zip file, unzipping it, extracting it, and then adding a path manually. No thanks. Let's do Chocolatey. So, whoops. I'm going to open this up. And you know what? I do not think I have Chocolatey installed. Let's just try it. Choco install docfx-y. Fang Skills. Thanks for the follow. Yep. Okay. Oh. Don't have it installed. Uh-oh. I'm going to get in trouble. Okay. Product. Where's my free version? Jabba185, you're a 666 follower. Yeah, now it's 667 now. Thanks, Fang Skills. I appreciate it. Fixing that number for me. All right, so let's install Chocolatey. Choose your installation method. Individual. I remember this being easier before. Individual. First is okay. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Install with PowerShell. Wow, this is a lot of... Why can't I just have an executable? All right, we got to open up PowerShell apparently. Windows, PowerShell, run as administrator. Okay, so we're going to run this as an administrator. Let's see here. What's it say? Please inspect prior to running any scripts to ensure safety. No, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you. Okay, let's see what this says. Oh, restricted. Okay, I'm going to copy this. All right, fixed. Now we're going to run this following command. Here we go. Now we're installing Chocolatey. You know, the last time I installed this, I thought it was easier than this. This is actually a lot of work. Okay. I don't need advanced. Okay, I think I have it now. I'm going to minimize that. What? Let me close this. Let's try Choco-V. Okay, there it is. All right, so we're going to say Choco install docfx-y. So we're using Chocolatey to install docfx instead of Homebrew, instead of downloading the zip file, extracting it, copying it to a local folder, and adding the path manually. We're going to have Chocolatey do it for us. Okay, looks like that completed. Extracting. And yeah, if you're not familiar with Chocolatey, I highly encourage you checking it out because it's a package manager for Windows. So you've heard of Nougat, right? Where it's a package manager for your app. Well, the package manager for Windows allows you to install like applications with Chocolatey. So you know how you have to do that, like that yearly Windows clean and reinstall? You can have a Chocolatey script that essentially installs your entire setup for you automatically. So it's really cool. So I definitely suggest checking it out. Okay, but we are done with that. All right. So now we want to create a simple project. So we've installed docfx, following this instructions here. Okay. And I'm going to create a sample project. Okay, so let's open a command. Yes. You know, I'm gonna try doing this in a non-admin window first, right? So that's a sample project. Okay, we'll do the sample project. What the heck? docfx init-q. All right, so now we have a documentation project. Now you can create your own doc project. Don't worry with naming it whatever you want. It's fine. But we're going to look at, where is it? Right here, docfx project. So this is just like a getting started that they're having you work with. So this is where your API docs would go. You can see the index. Let's just open this up with the code. What the heck? There we go. That was weird. Oh, this is the placeholder. What is up with my Visual Studio Code? You see this? That was weird. So we have our API docs. We have articles. This is that table of contents file we're looking at, right? We'll get to this. We'll look at this in depth. Images, our source folder, and then our docfx.json. Okay, we'll get to this. So let's just keep following the directions, right? Laser, how's it going? Okay, so now we're gonna build this website. We're gonna build this documentation website we just created. And to do that, we're going to change directories to the docfx _ project. Because that is where that JSON file exists right there. Okay. So now we'll just say docfx, docfx.json. So what this is doing, it's now building our static site. Okay, is there any warnings? Okay, I think it built just fine. You can now view the generated website on localhost. Oh, can we now? I didn't think so. Doesn't quite work that way. Oh, I forgot the -- serve. That's why. Are you trying to break my docs again? No, I'm not. I'm actually showing people how to install and get started with docfx for the first time. And I forgot to do the -- serve. So we're going to rebuild this. We're going to build this site. And then we're going to serve it. And that's going to launch our website, our documentation site on localhost 8080. So now we should, I'll just click that link. And here's our homepage. This is it, right? And so this is the homepage. So let's look at where that's at. Let's look at this index. See docfx project index.md. This is the homepage right there. So that index is the index of the entire site. So when you're looking at this index becomes your site index page. Now what happens is when you build your documentation site, it actually gets put into an _ site folder. Okay. So Furkan's asking, how do you preview Markdown? Well, you could use an editor like, what's it? Markdown Monster. There's a plugin that I haven't installed yet for Visual Studio Code. Actually, let's see if we can find it. I don't want to lint. Don't want to... Not sure that's what I'm looking for. Maybe this is it. Maybe Markdown all-in-one. Has 1 million downloads. I'm just not sure if it has a preview in it. Others. I forgot the name of it. If anyone can remember the name of this, please let me know. But there is a extension for Visual Studio Code that lets you preview a Markdown file. I don't ever use it because I've been using Markdown so long I can kind of visualize it. Dan says, I will really say like MKDocs a lot better than DocFX. Well, what is MKDocs? I don't think I've used MKDocs. It's just another documentation. Is that all it is? It's another version. Shirley Dev said, Markdown Lint by David Anson. Well, I like DocFX because I've been using it and I know how to use it. So I like it. And that's what we're talking about, Dan. Don't change the subject on me. Okay, so let me bring this back up. So when we did that build, when we did this command, where is it? docfx, docfx.json -serve. We built the site. And then this underscore site folder was generated. So all the static pages that were generated during the build process are put in here. And so this index, let me open this up in another window. I want to try to visualize this the best I can. So this index page here is this index Markdown in your project folder. Okay. And then you have your table of contents. That is your table of contents YML here. I don't remember what this looks like, so I'm going to look at this. Oh, articles, API, documentation. Okay. So notice that this table of contents, if we look at the website, is at the top. You see that? That makes sense? Where? Here we go. Oh, it collapsed on me. However, this table of contents for the main index page are actually the links that go at the very top of your documentation site. Okay. The other table of contents will be the ones on the left-hand side, but we haven't got there yet. All right. I think that makes sense there. Okay, this is the site. This is the project. Let's switch these. Oh my gosh, too many windows. Too many windows. I need more monitors. Oh, Dan. I question that. Hey, Dan, why is the build broken? Haha. Hey, I'm a little rusty, okay? Everything's been automated for so long, I haven't had to worry about the little details anymore. You know, it's cool when you're like in it, right? And you're in it all the time. You're like, oh, I know this like the back of my hand. And then you start automating stuff. And then it's like, you haven't touched it in a year because it's just automatic. You kind of forget how things are wired up. Right? Oh, yes, Dan, you are the king of automation. If anyone needs help with CI, CD, pipelines, Azure DevOps, Dan is your guy. All right. So let's see what else. We haven't really got to the styles, fonts stuff yet. However, if we go to articles, we'll see this intro.html. You see how this lines up? So if I go into the project folder under articles, intro MD, intro HTML, table of contents HTML. So it took the content of this markdown file and it converted a static HTML page out of that. And that is what we're viewing on this side here. Okay. Clear as mud. So if I go to articles, now we're at articles. This is where we see the table of contents on the left-hand side. See that? We have our breadcrumb at the top. And now we have add our introductions here. So if we go back to which one? This one. Here's the articles. I'm going to open this in code. This is the markdown file. Add your introductions here. Add your introductions here. Now when we look at the table of contents, open with code. This is how you link or create topics on the left-hand side to point to your other topics or files. In this case, we're creating an introduction link that points to the intro markdown file. Okay, you're not going to put HTML here. Even though the file that's generated is an HTML file, you don't do that. You'll just put .md. Okay, and we'll kind of go through the documentation of DocFX itself and kind of walk through this. This is just like the high-level overview. Plus, the documentation of DocFX kind of sucks a little bit. Actually, kind of a lot. Maybe I should fix it for them. Yeah, so if I click on this, it's not going to go anywhere because it's only one page. But yeah, so what we can do, let's do this. Let's go ahead and not there. This one. Let's create another markdown file, shall we? I'll call this test.md. Yes, I want to change it. I know exactly what I'm doing. I always know what I'm doing. I'll open this with code. This is a test topic. We'll save that. Now, we have to add here. I'm going to close this so you see exactly what I'm doing. I'm closing all this. We have to open up the table of contents now because we want to add this new topic to our table of contents. So let's open this up. And if you want, you can just copy and paste. And I'll say test topic. And I think we just call this test.md. Right? That's it. So now I want to go back here. Ah, crap. I don't want to stop serving this, but what is it? There we go. Let's go with We're gonna build again. I better watch that output for errors. Because you never know, right? Let's go. Let me close this.
Oh my god, I never thought I'd ever hear MGMT again. But guess who popped up on the Yo Gabba Gabba Spotify station yesterday? She's late for baby yoga, but she's looking hella fly.
Hey, where's my thing? All right. Dan, what docfx doesn't have a hot reload? Markdown docs does. I don't need hot reload. I can hit refresh. Okay, there's my test. And normally, actually, I don't even do that. I just go into the site and I double click on the index because it's the same thing. What the heck is going on here? I'm getting so many prompts. Look at this. Look at this. I'm getting prompted for this. I'm not going to turn it on right now. Let's keep it off. What? Oh, there it is. Test topic. There it is. But why did that... Oh, that's why. Oh my god. There. Like, what the heck is going on? Alright, so we edit our topic, right? There's our test topic. I click on that. This is a test topic. Pretty easy stuff. But stop. Don't ask again. Okay. So now, let's go ahead and look at this. Use docfx integrated with Visual Studio. Oh, I don't do it this way. Use it with a build server. Yeah, I don't care about that. Branch name. A seed project. Here's a seed project. I don't want to use this one. We have our own. And it's failing. Look at that. It's failing.
Did you hear Jessica had an elective epidural? It's like she
All right. So this is what I don't like about the docfx documentation itself. It's not very friendly. We'll go to the user manual. Kind of talks about... Oh, what's... Oh! Vlad! Hey, good to see ya. Sorry I missed you. Ramesh! I didn't see you joined. Yeah, we are playing with docfx. So we've already installed docfx. We've created a sample project. And now we are playing around with creating some topics, adding to the table of contents, and kind of playing around with some of the features of docfx. If you might have missed this part, but docfx is the same documentation engine that Microsoft uses for its documentation website. Right, so we are playing with this. This is also what Prism uses for its documentation. Okay, so we don't care about this. We've already kind of done that. This is what I'm talking about. I don't... This doesn't help you. Walk through topics. Create a simple doc... See, this should start with this, right? Getting started. You have a quick start and you have a walkthrough. Once again, they're talking about setting it up. We've already set it up. We've already set it up. Create a new folder. Yeah, okay. Build our website. Yeah, got it. Preview our website. Yeah, got that too. Okay, we've done all that. And so, yeah, add a set of articles. We just did that, actually. Remember, we added the test markdown file. We updated our table of contents. And now we can... Actually, it should be running here. And there's our test topic. We go back and forth. Right? Let me close that. All right, what else do they have here? Yeah, that was the conclusion. You know something I haven't done with this? I haven't done API docs. I haven't done API documentation yet. You know, Dan, maybe we should add API docs for Prism. In here, like instead of documentation, we have APIs. Maybe we should start doing that. I don't know. I don't know if that's beneficial or not. Honestly. I mean, we could do it. It's pretty simple. Where's it at? Dan says, yes, let's do that because our docs are awesome and don't need anything new added. Yeah, so one part I want to mention because they haven't quite talked about it yet in these docs is this docfx.json file. This is the file that kind of defines the rules for your documentation website. It shows, you know, where to find any kind of source project for your API docs, what folder to put them in, right? Here's your build information, files, right? Articles. This is saying, I want to build any file under the articles folder that end in .md or the YML, the table of contents. And this is also really important. There's also images, right? So, for example, if I wanted to add images under articles, we would have to make sure that we add the articles/images folder. So let's go back to, not that one, to this one. So under articles, if we add another folder in here called images, right, we have to make sure that we define that images folder as a resource. Okay. Dan says, by the way, we should really find a responsive theme for docfx because the Prism docs actually suck when you view them on your phone. They're not that bad. They're not that bad. Just being dramatic. See, if you shrink it down. Look. Sure, we could fix this with some CSS. You could totally fix this with CSS. Not a big deal. Don't be lazy, Dan. Stop being lazy. All right, so we want to make sure we put the articles, the images for the articles in there. And this goes for any type of subfolder structure you might have. Like, for example, you know what? Let's look at Prisms for as an example. We'll go to repos, Prism, documentation, templates, docs. Here we go. Shirley Dev, how does the documentation look when you view MK docs on your phone? Yeah, exactly. And keep in mind, I modified the styling for docfx for Prism, and I probably just didn't think about that. I didn't account for that in my styling. So that's more my fault. So here's our documentation, right? Here's our main index for Prism's documentation website. The main index. Remember that one? This is the same as this index. Okay. Now we have, instead of articles, we put them under folders. So I put it under like this WPF, right? We have legacy. Now we're going really deep down. But then we have legacy/images, which has images in here. But if we go back and look at the docfx.json for this, we'll see that we have to put those image folders under the files for resources. Okay, we're basically saying docs, WPF, legacy, images, and everything under there. Asterisk, everything under there. And when I was first getting started with this, I was getting so frustrated because none of my images would show up until I realized, oh yeah, you forgot to do this right here, right? Once I added these folders, everything just started lighting up. Dan says, look at the Prism URL I posted. Okay, let's, oh. So, well, that didn't even open. Let me copy and paste. I can't click from OBS, apparently. Okay. What? Oh, we're not HTTPS. Because I don't have enough money. Okay. What? What do you want me to see? What are you trying to show me, Dan? They look the same. Actually, I like the Prism one. It looks better. Prism one looks better, sorry. Oh, look at it on my phone. Like I said, Dan. Let's go templates, Prism, styles, fix it. Okay? Don't complain. Do something. Right there. You know what's broken? Knock yourself out. Here's our CSS that controls all that stuff. We can make it look however we want it to look. Okay. And obviously we're excluding our underscore site because we do not want any of that included in our build. So Dan says, and if you make some DNS change, GitHub will provide the SS cert for free, FYI. Dude, I've been trying to make that freaking change. It's not happening. I suspect Dan could change his Twitch handle to Shirley Dan. Feel out Shirley'd. All right, so here's the destination folders. So when we build, this is the folder that is being generated that holds our site. Underscore site. And this is all the generated HTML, JavaScript, CSS, right? All that great stuff. And let's see, what else is important? Oh, the template. What template you're using. So if we look at the docfx project we're working on now, I don't think we defined a template. Oh yeah, default. So we're not defining a template here. In this case, Prism is using a custom template, which apparently Dan says needs some work. So he can work on that because he's got all the time in the world to work on that. He's got nothing else to do. Nothing. Oh, let's see. Post processors. Anything else? Global metadata. Oh yeah, at title, footer, logo path. This is how you control the logo of the site. Dan says I'm dreaming. No, man, I'm on Slack with you all day. Just talk. Like, gosh, doesn't he have any work to do? Ugh. And then you can also see from the Prism example, if we go back, is this, no, this isn't Prism. If we go back to the Prism docs, you can see we could say edit on GitHub. You're like, oh, well, how do you control that? How does it know where to go for that information? Well, that is just a setting right here where you specify on the git contribute the repo and what branch, right? So this is the root repo that's going to be used, the root URL, and then it appends the actual page. And so you get that functionality for free. You just have to set that up, which is pretty cool. Of course, this doesn't have any of that in there. We're not concerned about that. But as you can see, it's actually pretty freaking simple. Let's go ahead and look at some other things we can do. Now, I don't like the way they have this structured because they have tutorials, but specifications. This is where you actually find out some of the markdown tags that you have. File inclusion, blocks, section definitions, code snippets. Yeah, I don't care about that. Because actually, what's cool about the docfx stuff is you can actually have a file that contains all your code, and then you can put in a code snippet based on the line of that code, and it will bring that in. So, for example, I can say code, main, in this example here, index.xml, and then from lines 2, 5 to 7, and 9 on. You can highlight code, which is pretty cool. I don't think they have any examples here. Do they have any examples? not seeing any examples. But this is actually really cool. The only problem with this that I found so far is that the code file has to actually be be in the same folder path as your documentation. And so for, like in the case of Prism, we have our sample projects. Actually, let's just go there, because we're putting a lot of work into our samples. We have a repo separate from our a samples repo separate from our documentation repo. Right. So if I go back here, we have another repo for our documentation. But in order for this syntax to work, to where you can include a documentation page and then select a range for the lines of code and highlight code, it has to actually be in the path of where your documentation exists. So that's one thing I don't like. And it makes sense because otherwise it's like cross-site scripting issues. However, I probably could write a custom plugin which would allow me to do an external file. I bet I could. But I don't need to. Okay, what else do we have? Code snippets, more code snippets. Oh, notes. So we have note, tip, warning. Here, let's just do some of these. I'm gonna go to my article. I'm gonna do this test article. Space, exclamation point, note. This is a note. Is that the syntax? I always forget the syntax. Yes, that is the syntax. We have warning. I think the tip was one. Yeah, tip, warning, important, and caution. Whoops. Caution. That looks about right. Yeah, caution, important, warning, tip, and note. Okay. So let's go ahead and hey, stop, get out of there. There we go. Okay. What else gonna do? I'm just gonna build it. Go to articles, test topic, and here we go. We can see note, warning, tip. Hey, wait a minute. That didn't work right. I don't... Wait a minute. Do I need to do this? I didn't think I needed to do this. I know it works if it's on the same line, but now I want to test this out. Yeah, okay, so either way works. Except for that one. I messed that one up. Interesting. I had a misconception about that one. That means I'll need to go fix my... I have some docs to fix that I checked in on Tuesday because I forgot the syntax for that. There we go. This is a note, this is a warning, this is a tip, this is important, this is a caution. Get the icons and the headings for free. So that's kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool. What else did we get? Tab content. Oh, this is interesting. This is a relatively new feature as well. Tabs. Tab group 1. Tab content. You know what? I'm going to copy and paste this. Boop. I want to see if their code works. Just copy and paste it. Oh, it does. That's not bad. So this is useful for like, maybe you have different types of code snippets in different languages. Your C#, your VB, your JavaScript, your HTML, whatever, right? So you can put these in tabs. And what's that actually look like? So I'm going to delete... Tab group 2. I wonder if this is needed. I think this is actually required. Right, so we have tab with the text. So the syntax looks like it's pound bracket tab. My tab 1. My tab 2. I haven't used tabs in Prism Docs yet, so I haven't actually played with this markup yet. But it looks pretty easy. Looks really easy, actually. Yeah, there it is. So the syntax is pretty simple. Right, we have, you just pound, space, bracket, tab. That specifies the tab. Provide a title, and then we give it an ID. Tab says type tab ID 1, tab ID 2. I wonder if that's needed. I'm going to try to break it, because I like breaking things. What happens if we don't provide... we don't provide that? Let's see, shall we? Ah, okay, so that is required. You must have tab IDs. Yeah, Dan says, yeah, we could be like Microsoft and give you code samples in C# and VB. Oh, you're so funny, Dan. VB. Oh my gosh. That's why I like you. You're funny. Did I rebuild that? No, I didn't. So all I'm doing when I come into this command prompt is I'm just rebuilding the project and then refreshing my page. So there, we have our tabs working again. Actually, let's try this. Let's go... AGR. Oh, is this a VB hating stream? It is now. Dan says, I want a shirt that says, well, why won't VB die already? Oh my god. That shirt would be hilarious. You know, we could probably make that one. I'm just saying. AGR never did VB.net, but there's still VBA stuff that I have to work with. Yeah, Gold Soldier learned VB in school. Actually, I learned VB in school too a long time ago. They try to push that down our throats. Yeah, not gonna happen. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna practice grabbing some code. And I was gonna put it in my not that much code. I don't want that much code. Let's put simple amount of code. like this. Right? I just want to see what this looks like, because I haven't actually done this yet. I haven't used the tab control, so I'm curious if this is going to look decent. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Cool. I like that. That looks good. I'm sure I could find a reason to use tabs in our doc somewhere. Maybe. AGR, I learned on VB6. I still have my box set. Oh, yeah. Vlad, VBA, same for me. Still have active legacy apps, which we port to C# using Prism. Beautiful. I love to hear that. Love to hear that. All right. Let's check out some other stuff they might have. Haven't used tabs. I need to find a reason to use tabs. How would tabs render in the PDF? Well, can we find an example? Let's find an example in Microsoft. Events. Routed events. Okay, that's XAML. Oh, look at this. They don't have tabs for VB. Nope. XAML. Microsoft, what are you doing? No VB? Have you abandoned your VB brethren? Yeah, oh, look at this. Never mind. They haven't abandoned them. They just took a different approach. They got away from... Let's change that. Or not. Or not. I'm clicking. It's not working. Or wait, no, it is working. I was expecting the page to refresh. Oh, well played, Microsoft. Well played. Nice. I was actually expecting the page to refresh, and when I didn't see it refresh, I assumed it wasn't working. So it looks like they went away from the whole tab thing, and you actually select your switch. Hey, there's a new way to do a switch now. But yeah, they got away from tabs. Now you select your language, and it just sticks with your language. So I'm not sure how tabs would render in a PDF now, because I can't find an example that we can test on the Microsoft site. But let's go ahead and check it out anyways. So what is this? This is the left-hand navigation? Is that what that's the whole left-hand navigation. Wait a minute. Is this the entire, like, is this all the docs? So if I click on overview. Wow. Okay, so they're not, yeah, that's over 1,000 pages. So I misunderstood what this PDF is. This actually downloads the entire documentation site, right? This was everything in this left-hand list was in that PDF. I thought it was just this page. Wow. Okay. Only 1,075 pages. PDX Insomniac. Hello. Hello. I don't know what accent that was. I was making it up. Hello. Radio. Ignore me. I'm not a smart man. All right. Okay. Back to this. Oh, and of course, Of course, we have a video link, which is now documented thanks to yours truly. Before, this was not documented. But let's just go ahead. And actually, I'm going to pick a different video. So I'm going to test this, which is going to work. And then the embed link. This is important. Because you can't use the share link. So for example, let's go with this one. I'm going to go share, but I have to click embed. I have to get the embed link. This embed link right there. No, not the whole thing. Crap. Just give me this. Nope. Won't do it. So I'll have to do it this way. Actually, I wonder. I'm curious. Share. Copy. Where's my notepad? I'm going to compare that with this embed link. So, okay, it's definitely different. Definitely different. PDX Insomniac, what are you working on? We are actually playing with documentation. So we have installed a product called the docfx, which is an open source documentation static site generator that Microsoft uses for their documentation. As a developer, we have to document our stuff, and a lot of the times we're looking for a solution for documentation. One of those solutions is docfx. Another solution is mkdocs. Here. Actually, I like this link better, mkdocs. This is another solution, but essentially allows you to write documentation, generate your documentation website, and yeah, that's it. Documentation. We all loathe documentation, I know. So this is the embed link. And so what we have to do is change the embed link with that. We will rebuild our documentation site. Refresh our web page. And there's the video. Woohoo! Well, that was easy. So we have introduction, test topic. Now, when I'm curious, I'm just gonna try this. I don't know if I've never tried this before, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna use the share link, except I'm gonna throw an embed in there. I just want to see if that will work. Nope. Doesn't work. Good to know. You have to actually use the full URL, embed URL. Otherwise, it will not work. Refresh, and it works again. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Because I was not sure about that, actually. Okay, what else can we do? Oh, YAML headers. Not really concerned about that. Hey, Bitbunk. 2 years ago. / comments. Oh, okay. So when you generate your API docs, actually, I've never done that. So let's do that real quick. Let's do that. Generate PDF. Oh, what's this? Generate PDF documentation. Ooh, this might be kind of fun. Hey, this shows you how to generate PDF. They leverage WKHTML to PDF to generate the PDF. Download it to some folder. Save the executable folder path to path and set path. Okay, that's a lot of work. Oh, here we go. Chocolatey to the rescue. Add a table of contents specific for PDF. Okay. Add a PDF section. Right here. That's actually not that hard. Hey, Dan, we should probably add that to Prism. Download PDF. That should not be an issue with Azure, I hope. I don't think that'd be an issue with our Azure. But it doesn't look hard. We can give people the option to download our docs in PDF. That would be kind of cool. PDF, I want chump files. Add API. Okay, I have never done API docs. So let's create a subfolder. Source under... Okay, let's do this. I'm going to see what it takes. Okay, source. Ooh, you know what? Let's take... Oh, Morton, they're so much easier to search. Well, it depends. I have Adobe Acrobat, so it's a little easier for me. But if you don't have Acrobat, because you didn't pay for it, then yeah, I could see how it might be harder to search. Dan says, if you could do it locally, I could do it in Azure. Well, we should talk about that. Maybe we should add PDF support for our Prism documentation. But for now, I want to test something out. Repos, Prism, source, Prism. We'll take Prism. Just Prism. We'll copy it over. Okay. Morton, I feel there's a "that's what she said" joke in that comment. I don't know. That's stretching it. I think that's really stretching it. Okay, so where are we? Where are my... Here. Okay, so we added a project. I have a project. Generate metadata. Okay, so we need to execute docfx metadata. It's a subcommand registered in docfx, and it reads to the metadata section of docfx. Okay. docfx metadata. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to... update our docfx.json where it says API metadata right here. It's actually Prism. Source/Prism/that. Okay, 3 warnings. Failed processing of the file with the... Oh, look at this! The SDK msbuild extras, msbuild.sdk.extras could not be found. Now that's a warning, but it should have still compiled, I believe. No, it didn't. It did not, actually. Okay, this generates several YAML files in the API folder. I don't think it did. No, it didn't. Oh, this is the wrong folder. Hold on. Nope, it did not create any YAML files at all. Dan, what were you doing? Are you asking me what I was doing? So, source, Prism, CS Proj. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Actually, that's just CS Proj. But it did not like... It didn't like the SDK. The build extras. Workspace failed. Processing the file prism.csproj with a message. The SDK msbuild.sdk.extras specified could not be found. Does not contain any documents. No metadata is generated. What if I actually like rebuild the project? I'm gonna open this up in Visual Studio. Oh, what the heck? Look at this. Interesting. I have a problem. Oh, wait. Why is that preview? I was about to say, that should work. I was just working on Prism the other night. But now, the project file cannot be opened by the project system. Dan says, add this to your path. Program files, enterprise, MS build, current bin. Hold on. Oh. 3.1.100. I can't even open it in Visual Studio. That is strange. Bet you're missing 3.0.100. SDK version 3.1.100. Yeah. But still. This is strange. I had Prism opened the other night and it was working just fine. And there's an update apparently. But I'm not going to. That is strange. Dan says update global.json to point to 3.1. But see, I shouldn't have to do that. Right? I shouldn't have to do that. My environment should just work. Hold on. I'm going to open Prism for WPF. Here I go. This was working the other day, like last night. So something happened. What happened? We're pointing. How are we pointing at 3.0.100? Are you changing that somewhere? Oh, you're forcing it there. When did you add that? Okay, well that worked. That's still strange. I don't know when you added that, by the way. We had to in order to support Core 3 for WPF. Well, now it should just work now that it's RTM, right? We should be able to get rid of that. But now, if I go into my source, I want to open up this file because this should still work. This should open. Because all I did on this one was I copied the Prism project into the source folder. It doesn't have any global.json. Let me delete that. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I am going to copy environmental variables. Hold on, I'm adding to my path. All right, I added, just so everyone's aware what I just did, I added this to my path in my environmental and variables. I'm hoping this will allow me to, as Dan said, call MS-build from the CLI. So let's try this again. No, it still didn't work. Well, that kind of blows. Because I know this project has a lot of comments in it. So if I look at like commands, composite command, we got a lot of / comments in here that I wanted to see get generated. I wonder. I'm not sure if this is possible or not, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this right here. I don't know if this is possible. I don't know if this is actually allowed. But I'm going to test it out. Because why not? Hey! Oh, no project detected. Ah, it didn't work. Oh! Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Let's try that again. Maybe it will work. No, it wouldn't work. Let's try this. I don't think this will work either, but you never know. Maybe this just isn't supported. Nope, that's just not supported. So we'll keep it this way. All right. Dan has given me some instructions to go into source. We're going to modify and we're going to change the SDK to /2.0.54. All right, let's see. There we go. No! No! I almost thought we had something. Cannot modify an evaluated object originating an imported file. Extras 2. Ignored. Oh man, I thought we did something there. Maybe because the file was open. Let me close the file. Maybe it's like something was already being used kind of thing. Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, it was so close. So close. That would have been fun. Good try, Dan. Good try. We almost did it. I just wanted some API docs to be generated. But apparently, I have an error. Huh. Could that be it? Could that be it? Could that be the issue? No, that wasn't the issue. But thanks, Java. I did have an error in that file, but that was not causing the problem. Oh well. So I couldn't get Prism project copying it out of the repo into this folder to work for some strange reason. What happens if you run MS build on the CLI against that? I don't want to do this. Let's see. Let's see what happens. It worked. We totally built. Morton says, I'm sure the problem is covered in the docfx doc because a documentation tool must have great docs. Oh, yeah, I wish. So the build succeeded using MS Build. Yeah, I got that. I got that, Morton. The problem is the docs are kind of sucky for docfx, like really bad. Okay. This is pretty much the same. Maybe I should do what they're doing though. I should. Okay, hold on. Maybe I should do an exclude because you never know. Maybe this is messing something up, possibly. I don't know. Right? Try again. We'll try again. I doubt that was it, but hey. Nope, that wasn't it. Cannot modify an evaluated object originating an import file. Let me guess, Dan. MK Docs would have no problem with this. I don't believe it's the end of your sarcasm any more than I believe it's the end of mine. Okay. So, I am not sure what the problem here is. I mean, I could, just for this project's sake, I could do this, right? Could I do that? Maybe? Possibly? No, that's not it either. It's the extras. It's that SDK. It is the SDK it does not like. So let me get rid of that. I don't think we're using anything specific in extras for that project. Right? Oh wait, is it not MS Build SDK? I don't remember what it is. We've been using extras for so long. I'm not sure I remember what the SDK is. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Huh. We've been using the MS Build extras from Orin for like, since the beginning almost. Okay, any typos in there? Oh, Dan, it just so happens I was editing a normal CS project. Okay, let's try this again. We're not using the extras. There we go. Hey, hey. Hold on. We have something. Okay, so we have some invalid stuff. But we have, oh, yes. Success. Success. Okay, let's go to site. I'm going to launch the index here. API docs. Hey. But they're not in here. To do, add .NET projects to the source folder and run docfx to generate. I did do that. Hold on. We have a build. We have a build. Right here. Look at all of them. In their glory. Okay, we got to go back to the documentation. Here. Okay. So we did that. It did, in fact, generate the YAML files. Okay. Also note that if you're located outside of your .fx directory, you can use the source property with the .. Oh! Okay. So Dan, dude, we could create as many issues as Xamarin Forms has with all their malformed XML docs are code. Yeah. To back up a little bit, when I was trying to reference Prism from its original directory, that is supported. You just can't use a hard-coded path. You have to use the .. Okay. Good to know that's supported. Okay, so now how do I build it? Oh. Just type docfx. Also, docfx metadata only built the metadata. That's all it did. So we have to do a normal full build for it to actually generate. API docs. Holy crap, that's awesome. iActive aware. Command. Hey, this is cool. Hey, that's actually kind of nice. I wish this would indent here. Oh, wait, not there. Oh, they did indent. It is indented. Constructor. Oh, and look at our remarks. Hey, this is good remarks. This is awesome. Dan, we should totally do this. We should have some API documentation. Yeah. Code and remarks need indents. Yeah, something was off about it, for sure. Yes. That is probably because of the way the remarks... Well, hold on. Let's find out for sure. I don't want to assume. So this should actually open now. Non-breaking space. Okay, so I was looking at delegate command of T. Let's look at our remarks here. Right there. So Morton says instead of that, we should do this. But that makes it really hard to read, and I'm not sure what that would look like in IntelliSense. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try one with, one without. Let me undo that. I wonder if adding lang equals CS will fix that. Okay, so hopefully this isn't required because I don't like looking at it like that. But let's try it. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. Sure, save. Yeah, we can save it here. That's fine. Okay, rebuild. I think those were spaces, Morton. Those were spaces. All right, and back to here. Refresh. We lost it. We lost it. We straight up lost it. Let's open that back up. Yeah, it could be a docfx bug, right? Dan, spaces. We're not monsters. So, let me remove this. I'm going to resave that. I'm going to see if it shouldn't have broken it. But it's possible it did. I can't imagine the lang equals CS would break it. Okay, so it did not like the non-breaking space. We got it back. Very interesting. That's weird. Oh, Dot Morton. Sorry, should be lang C#. Okay. Let's test it. I think. You know what? Let's just find out. / comments code lang. Whoops. Okay, that didn't help me. CC params code. You know what? Maybe maybe the code lang isn't supported. Let's find out. So I'm just going to save this. I'm not going to close it. I should be able to still build this even though it's open. Okay, that didn't fix it. Oh. But let's try this again. That would be very interesting if they put non-breaking space every afternoon. You know what? Yeah, that's a good point. They're putting the code inside of a pre, so that might be what's happening to the white space. Okay. We know for a fact that the non-breaking space does not work with docfx. Lily! Hey, how's it going? You don't know why you yelled that? Because I yell your name every time you join, that's why. Hey, hey, hey! It's only boring when you don't say it with some type of enthusiasm or imitating a cartoon character. Hey, hey, hey! That's much better than, hey, hey, hey. You're the first one who ever said it like that. Well, I'm old, and I watched Fat Albert growing up. So, yeah. Hey, hey, hey! Stuck with me. Everyone else is boring compared to me. What can I say? So, non-breaking space does break the triple slash comments. At least in docfx it does. But here's... Man, how do we get that space? There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. Now I'm determined. Okay. That's spaces. Tab. Wait. Dang it. Never mind. That's still gonna be... Oh, that's still spaces. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not sure why that did it that way. What if I do this? Add the pre. Like this? All right, let's try it. We're adding the pre. Yeah, you're right, Morton. Wish docfx would just do this. And you know what? We probably should log an issue once I verify the solution. Nope. But let's put the... No, not that. Let's put the non-breaking space back in there. Nope, that didn't work. I already see the warning right here. Invalid. Right here. Invalid triple slash is ignored. Let's do that. Let me put a space. No, it still won't. It still doesn't like that. It's an invalid triple slash comment. Badly formed XML comment. So this is considered a badly formed XML comment. Oh. Morton is much faster than I am. And he's already found an issue. Code and fence blocks not properly indented. Yes. And what do they say? This is still an issue. Any updates? Hey. Possibly a V3 effort. Okay, there. It's not stale anymore. And this is related to 4017. And data is not being processed using an external code source. Oh, this is the same thing, just it's external. Well, oh, I'm kind of out of time, but I have the source code. So it looks like docfx has some logic to remove extra leading spaces. In this case, when some embedded code exists, it removes more than needed related code. So someone has even linked to the related code. So this person has done some work, and that we can reproduce this easily by indenting the following text by 4 spaces and test. Okay, but they didn't submit a PR. Lines, break regex, normalize, leading spaces. They are straight up removing them. Removes least common white space. Oh, okay. Just wondering if adding a slash asterisk asterisk comment block before the spaces would indent properly. So curious what if you... Oh. That's a great idea. So Dan had a suggestion. Maybe we try the tab character instead. So let's rebuild off that. And then we'll try Vlad's suggestion of adding a slash asterisk asterisk. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry. Oh, yes. Everyday afternoon. You're correct. I did miss that. Okay. Let's check it out. No! It did not like that. Okay, this is going to be kind of dumb. But what if I did a dash? Oh, hold on. First I'm going to try a dash. I'm just going to add a dash in there. Just a dash. It's not a space. It's not a leading space. Okay, so... That kind of worked, right? That kind of worked. Yeah, that would break every copy paste. Faux show. So nice. Now add line number so it looks like you wanted it that way. So let's do this. I think Vlad's recommendation was something like this. Something like that, I think. But that's just a comment. You know, it will actually show up. Right? Just an empty closed comment. Yeah. It works, but it's an empty closed comment. Ideally, nothing would be shown. What's an invisible character? That's not a space. Oh my gosh. So it's just a bug. ASCII code 255 is empty. Hold on. Dan has another suggestion. But that's going to show up. That's not going to just disappear, though. Morton says, fuck it, move on. God. Well, the thing is, it's about lunchtime for me, so moving on would mean calling it a day. But this does give me something to work on Tuesday. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try it just for fun, but it's still going to be visible. I have a feeling this is going to just show up as code. What we could do is we can actually try to fix this and submit the fix for them next week. Oh! Hold on, Dan. Hold on, Dan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dan might have found the solution. Let's try it. Rebuild. No, Morton, I do not want to do that with all my files at all. But it is a workaround. Refresh. Oh, now we gotta. Oh, well, we kind of have some. I didn't put a space. It's got some weird behavior to it for sure. I wasn't expecting that to happen. But yeah, it's an issue. I definitely don't want to do that. What we want to do is actually, oh my gosh, another freaking spam call. I get like 14 a day. I don't even bother answering my phone anymore. Okay. Remove leading spaces. I want to know exactly what this impacts. Block them. I get none. They always change the phone number. I'll block them, but they'll just change the phone number on me. It's crazy. If you had an iPhone, you could ignore any call from a number not in your phone. Well, I don't like iPhone. Apple reminds me of, I don't want to say. Not going to say it. You know what they always say, you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, so I'm not going to say anything at all. You know, Lily, I was actually thinking of getting a Pixel for my next phone, because I have a Samsung Galaxy 9 Plus S, whatever it's called. I do not like it. Especially that freaking Bixby button. Bixby. It's so stupid. Gosh, I hate Bixby with a passion. Ugh. Dude, you need to support them. They poo. I mean, they should go buy their new... Oh, yeah, their $54,000 Mac Pro. Ugh, that's ridiculous. AGR has a Pixel 2 XL. 2 days battery. Yeah, I think my next phone will be a Pixel. I'm going to give Pixel a try because I am done with Samsung. Faux show. Though I don't want to lose my face sticker I have on the back. I'll have to get a new cover with another face sticker. Lucky for me, I got more. Oh, yeah, so Tuesday, maybe we'll try to fix this. They're saying remove least common white... Oh, they have a typo too. White spaces in each line of XML. But why? Why should you remove spaces after... I mean, before? Does that make sense? Don't get Pixel 4 until they fix their stuff. Yeah, well, I'm not getting a new phone for a while because these freaking things are so expensive. You know, it works. It makes phone calls. I can send my emails, right? It works as a phone. I'll just keep messing with it until I drop it and break it, or I absolutely have to have another one. But I'm not going to go get one just to get one. I got more important things to spend my money on. Okay, right here. So get XML value. Use node.inner XML instead of node.value to keep decorative nodes, e.g. remarks, para value. See, they're assuming you should remove the first space. If the whole block, code block, would have leading spaces, maybe that's why. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I think maybe we could play with that on Tuesday. We can try to see if we can understand what exactly, why they're trying to remove spaces in the first place. I say if there's a space there, it's on the developer. It's on the person who wrote the comment to remove their spaces. Maybe they want spaces there, right? Like, I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Okay. Maybe we'll work on that on Tuesday. But I really want to work on it right now because it's right here in front of me. Like, oh, maybe we should just open up the code. Split XML into lines. Oh, I'm so tempted just to start fixing it. But I don't know what their intent was. That's the problem. I don't know what the intent of this was. Because I say if there's a space, there needs to keep it a space. The trimming of spaces is consistent behavior with dealing with tags. So I agree I should do that, but there's needs... You know what? What probably needs to happen is you need to determine if you're in a code block. That's probably what has to happen. You kind of have to determine... I don't know if we have to modify, remove leading spaces to pass in, like, is in code block. Or, you know, keep track of if you're in a code block. And then only if you're in a code block, you would ignore this remove leading spaces. Maybe that might be one approach we could think about taking. Because you're right, AGR, you probably do want to remove leading spaces, but only when you're not in a code block do you not want to do that. You do not want to remove leading spaces in a code block. Okay, I think we have a plan of attack for next Tuesday. I think that's what we're going to do. But now, it's that time of day again. Try a code/code block. Well, if you look at the... it's in a code block right here. See that? We even tried putting it in a pre. That didn't do any good. Right? So, I don't know. We'll have to step through this. Because I don't know what context we have about that line of code that's passed into that method. Right? But it's something that we could debug through and check it out. All right, everyone. I'm going to call it a day. It's almost time for my wife to get home for lunch and for me to have lunch. So thank you very much for joining me today. I know it wasn't probably the most exciting topic, documentation, but... At least you know, if you're ever in a conversation or you ever come up and you're in a group like, man, I need to write docs for this. You can say, oh, hey, I know something. You can use DocFX or MKDocs to generate that stuff. I saw a stream on it. Here, go to Brian's YouTube channel and check it out. Oh, Java. Thank you. DJ Caporius, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I will be streaming on Tuesday, same time, same place. And then I'll have to decide, because Wednesday, I start my vacation. And I'm off for the rest of the year and the first week of January. So I will have to decide if I'm going to completely unplug and just focus on doing whatever the heck I want to do. Or if I'll still continue to stream. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. DJ thinks I should unplug. Lily, unplug. But if I unplug, I won't get to, talk to everybody. I won't get to see all of you. Yeah, I haven't decided. Maybe I should just unplug. Yes, Vlad, I do have games to play. You are right. I've bought a few more games, actually. My game stack is piling up, actually. So, okay, well, Tuesday I will definitely be online. So don't worry about it. I will see everyone next Tuesday, same time, same place. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining me today. And I will see you all next time. Have a great weekend.